definitely needs to buy.
Yeah.
Why are we so dark?
I don't know, because we're
So
not
many Christmas
dark.
were dark.
Yeah.
I need to bring out a spotlight for us.
Yeah, that's a little better. It's
Hi,
not
y'all.
that dark over here. I don't know why.
Hi, y'all.
Hi,
everybody.
We're just we're glazing over here.
Yeah, we're just wondering why we're so dark.
We're just dark over here, and we have such.
I need to get a spotlight on us or something.
Didn't I buy a light for us?
Yeah, but it didn't do anything.
No, it didn't really do anything because it wasn't a spotlight. I didn't have Mikey give me one of his work lights from the garage.
You know what?
One of those things.
We have the work lights at work. I should just snag one.
Yeah, one of those big round ones.
I'll put it on here.
We'd both be burnt to crisp, like at the end
yeah,
of the
we
day.
would be.
Yeah.
We would be.
That was one of the things on Judge Judy this week that I watched. They had gone over to demonstrate a vacuum cleaner at somebody's house, and this thing overheated and melted the lady's floor. It was one of those mobile like yours.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and they weren't going to pay for it. No, we didn't see that. No, we didn't see that. Well, then you need, and this is Judge Judy, you need to get your eyes checked. That doesn't look like it's ruined to me. And the partly the thing is, it's sort of like your area.
Yeah.
I guess she had it. It looked like it was one piece that they had put down in her, and so you couldn't actually fix it because it was the way the design went. And she's like, well, I'm sure they can piece it. And she had all this stuff about how it can't be pieced and things like that. And so, and the way because they were sitting at first, she wasn't going to give her the full amount. And then because they were sitting there going, well, we didn't see anything. We've never had that happen before. And, it looked fine to me. I've changed my mind. I'm going to give you the whole amount. So the lady won, and she got to get her. And she was kind of a snot bag herself, so I would have been like Judge Judy too.
She was a Karen.
Yeah, she was a Karen.
Sorry, Karen, if you're
Karen.
on.
Yeah. Anyway, Flock Around the Table, Sunday, September 15th.
Episode 198.
198. I know, it's so cool. 198.
And you're here. How long are you here for, Tell?
2 more weeks.
So you're here for the 200th.
I'm here. 99 next week and 29.
Oh my goodness.
On the 29th, it'll be episode 200, and then bye-bye.
And then she's out.
Then I won't be back.
She's celebrating the 200th.
Yeah. And then I won't be back until November 12th.
Right.
Yeah. But people are getting around a little bit better. So maybe Ms. Karen or Carly and Colleen's back, and she's not rowing as much, I don't think.
Yeah. Maybe I can get a Carly.
Maybe we can get one of those guys to help cover during the time that I'm gone. Yeah.
I mean, they need food for breakfast too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the thing.
Yeah.
You got to come over here, and she can entice people that way. She used to entice people that way all the time.
Yeah, I usually go, it's biscuits and gravy this morning, ladies. And
all right. And then we have a room full, and it's like, hey, everybody, we got 6 people today. Isn't this great? Yeah, off we go.
Bacon, pancakes, and real maple syrup.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, I'm there.
Hi, Nancy. How are ya? Let's see. Oh, week 2 of the NFL. Watched the Colts last week. Didn't do a half bad job. I also saw Tom Brady. He was now a commentator.
Purdue got their asses kicked.
I know.
Holy buckets.
But I actually saw this. They showed the crowd. They do this one cool dance. They go, woo, woo, or something. I don't know, but I'm like, I got to watch another Purdue football game. I got to get that down pat. We may steal that because it was just kind of cute. It was like,
but
they neighbor.
They did not take pity on them at all. What was it, 140 to 10?
Something like that. It was
something.
I'm like,
so bad.
You kind of got to look at the statistics of graduation of their athletes, maybe, and think, do you know that Notre Dame graduates 98% of their athletes?
I wonder how many of them could pass a just general aptitude test.
I think Notre Dame requires a lot, believe me, with the,
I don't know. According to some of the YouTube videos I've been watching, I don't know about that. Some of them don't even know how many states are in the U.S.
Exactly. What year was the War of 1812 fought?
Yeah, and they don't know 1812? Come on.
1825, the guy says. And the guy looks
at him. Who fought in the Civil War?
Yeah. I know it's just, and I think about that, because there's a game show on now called the 1% Club.
Okay.
And they started a really simple question and go 90%, 80. And then when you hit 50, they get a lot harder. Well, the ones from 100 to 50, I get more of those wrong than I do the ones after that. And Mikey says that's because you were trained in critical thinking. I was a critical care nurse and we were taught that way, not the simpleton part of it. You have to think into it because sometimes you read too much into it, even though I operate on the KISS method. I'm a totally KISS method kid. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid.
Yep. And that's a me. Yeah. If there's a way to do it, work.
If there's a more efficient way to do it, I'm gonna find it.
Me too.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah. And I don't break rules. I just bend them to suit my purposes.
I don't bend rules either.
Oh, I do.
I don't break rules.
No, I don't break them.
I don't break rules.
But
I don't break policy either, which drives some of the people at my work.
Oh, I do. So. Yeah.
But I'm like, nope, if you want me to go against this, you need to have higher up tell me to do that.
And if you decide that you're going to bend that policy, you need to, when I was in management, you need to be able to explain to me why.
No, I want it in writing.
No, I wanted to explain.
I want it in writing.
Well, in the hierarchy of the nursing world back in the days when I did it, they never went to the person who did it wrong. It was like this manager had to talk to this manager in some big meeting that of course they had to go to lunch to, go to a restaurant to talk about it.
Of course they did.
And then that manager talked to the other manager, your manager, in the downstairs cafeteria, but they still didn't pay for it. And then I got called in the middle of the day to justify it when I was supposed to be sleeping. Okay, because I had to justify it. All right.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, yeah, that's the hierarchy of the world out there today. That's why my financial guy is always like, I'll take you to lunch. And I'm thinking, well, you're a startup kind of now, even though they're sad. But I feel bad that I'm taking your, because I don't eat all that much. So it's not a good thing for me anyway. I said, I'm fine with a pizza. Because then I can take the rest home with Mikey. So anyway, So let's see, on all this week, what did I do? Not much. Got the nails done. And
I got my hair did.
She got the hair.
I got my hair
Check
did.
that out, guys. What do you think? Good?
It's a little short. Little shorter than
you probably
than what y'all are used to, but definitely not shorter than what.
But your hair grows so well. And fills in.
Even Sandy will say, this is.
There's not even a single bald spot up here.
No. And the gal who was cutting my hair, she's like, holy crap, you have a lot of hair. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I said.
And she thinned it and thinned it and thinned it and thinned it. And
for years at work, it was always like, I had a full head of hair when I started this job and I keep pulling it out. And now it's like, I was 6 foot tall when I started this job. Look what they did to me. That's how it goes. But anyway, so did anything happen to you this week at work?
Well,
and this week?
Part of an email went out about my new position.
Oh.
So I got partial into that, which I'm sorry if anybody from my work is watching, but I do believe that it opened up a huge can of worms.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to get into it, but
oh no.
Yeah. So
a job which she's supposed to have been doing for like almost a year now, and nobody had actually defined it. And the person who's supposed to train her to do this is
at a golf tournament.
Tournament right now, and he's so busy he can't even train her.
Well, no, and he hasn't been told to train me.
Oh,
actually, he was told to stop because
they had to.
The email hadn't gone out to everybody for it.
Right.
But
she does sleep with this guy.
I
Not
do.
At work, but she does sleep with this guy. So just to let you know. Yeah.
I thought what they were waiting for was a process to be written up.
Which I think this guy she's sleeping with is supposed to be the one.
Yeah, he's the one
who's way too busy to even write this process because they won't take what he's doing now away to give him time to write this process so that she can take on things. Now you're confused. It's one of those, do this first, do that next, go over here, jump over the rope, and then you're fine.
But so Yeah, I'm just not going to get into it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so that can of worms kind of opened up this week a
Mhm.
little bit. Nothing major, just a little. Other than that, yeah, not much.
Any shop news?
We have a new HR person.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so we have a new HR person.
Nice.
He was on, so he started, was it Labor Day or Memorial Day that we just had?
Labor Day.
Labor Day. So he started that Tuesday when we came back.
Okay.
So he had 4 and Jordan has a new baby girl.
Oh, that's so nice.
And he came back the week after.
This past week.
Yeah. So he started on Monday.
Oh, little.
So he was off for like 2.5 weeks or something like that for his new little girl.
Nice.
He came back, and the Monday that he came back, so this is day 5 for our new HR guy.
Okay.
They fired 3 people.
Oh!
The day that Jordan came back.
Oh my gosh.
Which I'm sure Jordan was forewarned about, but
yeah, but still, I mean,
and I'm not going to get into that either.
Okay. You can all speculate and
but
make your own.
Yeah, but by the end of this week, which is the week that Jordan came back with this last week, by Friday, I went into his office before I left, Jordan's office. And just, how you doing? You doing okay? And he's like, yeah. He's like, it's kind of nice out there, isn't it? And I go, you mean not all the loud talking and screaming and all that all the time? And he goes, yeah. I go, yeah, I bet they're a little bit more productive out there with the 3 gone.
Yeah.
And he goes, they are, and it's so nice. It's so nice. I'm like, well,
because the new daddy actually every once in a while needs to sit there while he's got the phone on his ear going.
Yeah, I know. He came in when he came in on Monday or Tuesday or something. How are you doing? He's like, I'm all tired. And I go, were you up with the baby? No.
Oh.
He's like, I was talking to a friend who's like in Europe somewhere, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, there. To them it was like 10 o'clock or something. To me, it's 2:30 in the morning. And I'm like, oh,
they've had their espresso and they're ready to roll, and you're over here on
Yeah.
That's the problem with Mikey too, because I have to be careful with the calling the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's one of those issues, because I told Mikey, I said I was doing the sheet for the trip because this is a bigger trip and days.
Yeah,
and things.
For your next trip. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of do more where we're at and why you haven't heard from me and things like that.
Because otherwise he'll worry.
Yeah, he does. And so I was thinking, I went on there and I said, holy crap. I said, there's a long time that I'm not going to be able to reach you. And everything goes, oh, well, we got the WhatsApp and, we can text and stuff. And I said, yeah, but what am I going to do in those 8 days when my sister pisses me off? I'm going to have to call you. He's the only one I can talk to about my sister being pissed off,
Well, you could call. You can text me.
I can text you.
Yeah, you can WhatsApp me.
Anyway, so yeah, I've been out there doing, and that's the rabbit holes in itself, because you get on there and you think, okay, now granted, in Europe it's not, I wouldn't, and in Iceland we did do it. I would look at like Viator or the guide places or TripAdvisor and schedule tours that pick you up at the ship and aren't necessarily the ones you book through the cruise line.
Right.
But they communicate with the cruise ship to let you know, hey, we've got 40 of your people and we're running a bit behind. And they're very accommodating as a rule, unless it's going to be 2 hours and they can't stay there.
Right. It was 10 minutes.
10 minutes or even a half hour or something like that. It takes sometimes that long. They can do everything but pull in that one little thing. And so those are sometimes I look for the tours, but I mean, I don't know anything about Malaysia or the Philippines or something. And I do know that the roads aren't all that great in some of those cities. So I was thinking, if you're going out to the beach or something on some of these roads, when you see, like when you put them on the map, You call up the map like Guam. Okay. You get on the map and there's all these, they're green, and green means it's a 2-lane road. Okay. And then it goes to this teeny tiny little gray line and you're like, back road. Okay. Well, I wonder if is it paved? Or is it one of those that you're like, because it's Guam, an island, rocky, like Hawaii. Am I gonna be the bus gonna be leaning like this as another car goes by?
Fall off.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
are you gonna fall over and be dead till morning? I don't know. So I was like, oh man, so it's been kind of a week, but I think I'm done with that. Mikey said you need to just turn that off and just go and don't worry about it. Just go and have fun.
Yeah.
Just be and just
I agree
go with
that.
what you've got and concentrate on something else. So then I started on the yarn.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those people, my projects go in first. And
Yeah.
then the clothes go around it. And then I weigh it. And it's just for business class. I get 70 pounds in each bag. And I've been working out so I can lift my bags. I can actually really good. The one guy was very impressed on this last flight. I got it up, but I couldn't turn it
sideways.
I got it up and kind of got it over, but I'm not quite enough to give it the leverage to do it tall enough. But if somebody just taps it, I always afraid if somebody lifts my bag, they could hurt themselves being a gentleman. And a lot of times,
oh come on, just let them do it. Stop it. Just let them do it.
And so anyway, I do this
40 anymore.
And then
just
I turn it like that. Yeah. And well, see, Gail's handicapped now because of the cane and the way she does things. So you get on first.
Let the stewardess put it up for you.
I know, but sometimes they're like this big, and
I don't care.
So,
if they can't do it, then they'll get the captain to come out and put it up.
And
have somebody else do it. Just
I wish some of those people that like at the where you check in at the ticket counter there, they take those bags and throw them onto the belt and away they go. And
just
I'm thinking,
let them. Let
let
somebody else take care of it.
And she says, oh, and they use their knee. I figured that out. They use their knee a lot. I said, well, I wonder how many knee replacements get done by the airlines.
Probably quite a few.
I wonder if you could make that true carpal tunnel. I mean, a knee replacement from a work-related thing. Anyway, but this morning I was looking through one of my old knitting podcast. I mean, not podcast, like videos that they send out from like Knitting Circle or one of those magazine type places. Mm-hmm. And it was tips for retwisting a skein of yarn. How many of you guys have trouble with that every once in a while?
Who?
I do.
Well, first off, who retwists it? If you untwist it, you're going to skein it up.
Well, she also says something important to remember. If you're in a yarn shop, don't yet own the skein. She put that in her parentheses. You don't yet own the skein. It's always polite to ask before you untwist, which is true.
Well, yeah. Why would you untwist it in a yarn shop?
Well, because sometimes you can't see
what it's gonna
kind of do. I don't necessarily know. I'm not good with yarn because to me, this would be like a stripy thing, but to me, it's more like a pulley thing.
Yeah, that one's a pulley.
Okay, so this is like a pulley thing.
A stripy would have to be all the way around red.
Sure.
And then
the blue
would come in, and then the green would come in. It would be.
This is one of them. Anyway, so she says when you do this, you untwist it. Her philosophy, this is from Space Cadet, and she's unfortunately closed her yarn shop since this time. And this is a Expression Fiber Arts Dreaming of Christmas, like from many years ago, because it was here in the stash.
She went in and
I forgot to bring a new one because I was wanting to bring one of the stripy ones. Because
whatever.
Anyway, because this one you can kind of tell what the colors are going to do and what the colors are.
Some people
I probably didn't pick the right.
Whatever.
Anyway, but anyway, she says you put it in. Now I put it in my fingers.
She put it in her thumbs.
In my thumb. Sue was the one that actually put it around her hand. And I like that a lot better. Okay. So I'm going to do one side with my thumb and one side with my thing. And you put the tag in the center like this. Now, Heather, you probably can do this in your sleep on a daily basis.
Heather has a machine that does it. Well, she has a windy thing. She has a hook that spins, I would imagine.
Do you, Heather?
Yeah.
From Brenda and
Heather, if you don't have one of those spinny things for your, bless your hands.
Yeah, bless your hands. Seriously. Because it's, anyway, give it a thwack. And then make sure the choke is in the center. I like the thwack part. Can you tell? I'm the thwacker. Oh, wait. And then with twisting your fingers, you do this. And what I did before, I was doing this. And then Sue showed me the way she does it, like this. And then the lady says, put it between your legs and it'll curl. But Sue, actually, if you just do this, it sort of does it, but I don't think I have it tight enough. Hold on. Hang on. This is, I know it's only an hour, but hang on. I'll get there. And then you kind of bring it together and it twists on itself and you run this through kind of like you're slipping a knot. And look, guys, it's not the best, but it's better than being like this, where it's like sticking through and coming out all goobly gup. And I'm never going to wind this yarn. She's going to wind this yarn someday. But see, then it gets goobly gup like this.
Give this here, please.
See,
before this gets just, oh, good Lord.
And I know we have more than 2 people on this. I'm sorry, it's not
11.
coming up.
There's 11.
But we can't see them. It's not.
I don't need to flap.
She doesn't need to flop. I like the thwack.
No.
It's actually not a thwap, it's a thwack.
And you need to twist these suckers until you literally can't twist it anymore.
Yeah, she said your fingers. I always go until my fingers just starting to complain a little.
Turn purple until they turn purple.
And then I know I've got the skein.
And I don't need to like straighten things out before I pull through.
Yeah.
Pull a little through and then let her twist around.
She worked at Michael's many years ago, so maybe.
But Michael's doesn't carry yarn like
we
that.
actually got someone else coming on.
But that's how I do it.
Good morning. And who the knitter? Who is this knitter?
Yeah, we
Hey, lady, Northern Indiana, Michigan. We got some newer people.
We got some new people last week.
So anyway, that's how you do it. And it says, oh, and one thing I've discovered from answering this same question over the years is how many people think our skeins are twisted by machine? Nope, they are twisted. They are all hand twisted, every single one. And that was
Space Cadet.
And Stephanie, I miss you because I loved it, if nothing else, because of the name. Space Cadet.
Yeah.
It was great. I thought that was really cool because that was, one of the fun things about it. And let's see, I did start a new shawl this week, but I'll bring it next week because I want it to be a little bit further on it.
You mean further than like my Musselburgh that I'm this far on?
See my Musselburgh?
But to be fair, okay, I'm going to be fair.
Okay.
On mine, I didn't really start this because I wanted to start another Musselburgh. The reason why I started it was because I was at work.
Okay.
Before the email went out.
Okay.
And I had finished one of these.
Okay, your crochet
project. I had finished this one, and this was how much I had left. And so I didn't have enough to do another one of these.
Right.
But I had the needles to start a Musselburgh, and I thought, well, I'll just start a Musselburgh, and I'll use the non-pink fiddle bits that are left over from this. To make a new Musselburgh. So that was my reasoning behind that.
So you'll have a nice shawl or whatever.
Yeah, so I can
the squares, and you'll have a Musselburgh to match.
And actually, so this and this much yarn is what's left over from a mini after you make one of these.
Okay, very good.
So
very good.
I have a bunch of minis that don't have pink in them.
Okay.
That I can make these with.
Exactly.
And then add the rest of it to the Musselburgh.
Very good.
So I can have both in my I'm waiting project.
Right.
And if I finish up another one of these, then I can add it to my Musselburgh.
Right.
Does that make sense, y'all?
That makes sense.
Okay. Because the leftover pink is going in my blanket.
Right. Oh, of course, because that needs the pink.
Well, and to be honest,
it wouldn't go well with that.
I'm not putting that in with these.
Yeah.
This one won't have much, if any, pink in it at all.
Yeah. I did.
That's what I've been doing this week.
My favorite enabler Well, I don't know. Colleen's a really
Colleen's
good
a pretty, but Karen.
but Karen, I think, is probably the better. And Marsha's pretty good at it too.
Yeah, she is.
So anyway, Karen gets on and said, "Oops, Fiber Seed comes out at noon."
A new one from Fiber Seed.
And I went, OMG. So I looked it up, and at first,
did you order something from them? Of course you did.
I did. I kind of like this new shawl that I'm working on, and I thought, oh, it's a good one skeiner. And what it does is you use one skein of sock yarn and then two smaller, like mini skeins, but you only use like 10 yards from these mini skeins to make a border.
Okay, yeah.
On the border end of it.
All right.
And the border is like a garter stitch border at the bottom of the shawl. And so next week you'll see it. And so I was kind of thinking, oh, because Fiber Seed, their sock yarn is 510 yards. And I thought, well, that'll be good. I can make it
Is
a little
it really
bit.
510?
Yeah,
Okay, from Fiber Seed.
Yeah,
All right.
her Fiber Seeds are very big. And I thought, okay, that's really good, you know. And also this week, what came in the mail was my glow in the dark white. So I'm going to start. Hopefully I'll have it for you guys next week. One of the little ghosts that I make.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and because I have ducks to put on there.
Goddamn
They're
cute.
I know. And I found the witch. I kept having trouble finding that little witch head, but Amazon, of course.
Of course, Amazon has it.
Amazon has these witch bottle top cappers that you would put on a gift for a bottle of wine. So I thought, oh, those would be really cute. And that I can do those because I don't want them too big. I've been finding them a little too big, and then I have to use bulky yarn on the ghost. And I didn't necessarily want that. And I want to put them in little alcoves. What I'll do is I'll leave them sitting out in the sun in the room. And then in the evening, I'll go down the one dark hallway where everybody comes to look for ducks and stick them in the corner. And then when they take them back to the room and they don't know that they're glow in the dark, they'll turn the lights off, especially if they have an inside room. They'll turn the lights off. And next thing you know, what's that glowing over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's this little ghosty over there that's glowing. And it glows really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really holds it. Now, and I figured I wouldn't necessarily think I've had glow in the dark shirts. Now this one probably glows all on its own. Ta-da. You see my new shirt?
Possibly.
Isn't this great?
Yeah.
Cozumel. I do too. I'll be there in December. So I think I'm going to go back to the shop if we dock on that side. Really like this shirt. Anyway, so you get these glow in the dark shirts and they last for about 2 seconds. One washing, and then the next time the shirt's so dull, of course it's going to stand out or whatever. Anyway, getting ready for Halloween. Next week, I think I'm going to wear a Halloween thing because I don't get to be here the whole month.
I know.
And I did my decorations for our door, though.
Okay.
I went to Dollar Tree and to Walmart. They had it all on sale. So I bought these decorations to put on and I bought a make-a kit for my sister to do on the trip to decorate our door.
Okay.
She has to glue down these felt pieces on the hats and the bats and things like that. And she has to make a couple of spiders. And that's her job. So this way I can put her in a corner somewhere. Here, take the glue. And then I'll know when she's screwed up because I'll hear, son of a bitch, as her hands are like this.
Sticking to each other.
Yeah. And so,
don't give her super glue.
No, I wasn't. I was going to use Elmer's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured Elmer's would be better. So I kind of thought. And so then we can decorate our door so it's a little bit Halloween-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go over to Dollar Tree today and see if they have those cool magnets. They usually have like a smaller magnet over there at Dollar Tree because God forbid I spent a small fortune on stuff because I will because I like my stuff. So
yeah, you do like your stuff.
So I did order from there, and I ordered from somewhere else, but I don't remember what it was. Not this week, my birthday day. Anyway, I don't remember. And Stephen West has a mystery knit along going on.
Does he?
But Karen says, happy to help.
Yeah, for your enabling.
Thanks,
yeah.
Karen. Yeah, I always know I can count on you.
But you're working on a muscle perk right now. What is the dealio with this? Because I see blue to gray. Are you just
Okay.
putting in a random stripe of gray?
This is Mikey's.
Okay.
And this is about the halfway point at the end of my typical muscle part of it is I did a section of ribbing, and it's about halfway. So this side of the hat will have the ribbing. And
is that tall enough for him?
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
Contrary to popular belief, it really is.
All right.
And then when you flip it inside out, when it goes the other way with it, I'm adding these grayish type stripes in it, so it really looks like a separate
completely
hat.
different hat.
All right, that's
cool.
what I'm doing. And I thought, well, I'm going to do, right now I'm on the second one. I thought maybe I do 3 and then do like 6 and then do a couple 3. And I only have this, I have a little bit more of this at home. I think I got another tiny ball. This is one of the ones that I keep in my bottom of my bags in case I'm going to do something that I need to throw it onto waste canvas. I mean, waste yarn.
Yeah.
For like, because I always decide to do it.
But it doesn't, you could do different colored stripes in there.
Yeah, I know. But that would require probably
a thought.
I'm going through yarn as it is to try and come up with projects. And I keep thinking, well, if I take this, then I can make a hat. And then that cleans out this bucket over here. But then, oh man, but that brings my DK stuff that I can get to down. Maybe I'll take the fingering from over here.
Oh my gosh.
And
stop.
I'm terrible. I'm really sorry. I have pages of stuff when I go through. What I really need to do and what I really should do is just totally give up Ravelry completely.
Yeah, well,
only because
it's so liberating. I got rid of it.
Well, there's just
I got rid of Ravelry. Y'all know I got rid of it.
Other things this week, Knit Picks had a 22-year anniversary, right? So they picked 22 patterns that they put on sale. And I thought, I don't know if I have this one. And Knit Picks does not tell you if you've bought it. Expression Fiber Arts does on their new ones. Back in the old day, they didn't. In the old day, you could, when she put them up on Fridays, you could have 6 of them and not even realize it because you have to go through your stuff. Yeah.
Listen, I have printed out patterns in my yarn room right now that there's no way in my lifetime I would ever get through them. The printed ones. I'm not even talking about ones that I have downloaded.
No. How about you guys? What do you do with them? I actually went through some of mine because she was bitching at me saying, well, you've got them all way to print them out anyway, but whatever. She loves to tell me what to do. And I listen to her. Sometimes it goes like this. Why I think I'm on this side, it goes, whing. Sometimes you notice sometimes when we have that chair that's here. Yeah, that's so it stops and bounces back and it goes back into my head. She does that on purpose to me. So it kind of absorbs into the minuscule brain that I have. So she said,
I don't need a Ravelry like black hole I don't need another 3 hours of my day wasted by going into another black hole.
I know. It is. It's wonderful, but it is. And what I find is I'll go, and I've been much better about going to my library, but I'll type in like snowpack hat. Okay. And then in my library, it comes up, but then you get 20 others.
And then you have to go look at them.
I always look and see the free ones. I don't usually buy one unless it's something I totally, absolutely, positively love. Yeah.
Which you have like 25,000 patterns in your Ravelry.
I know, but he who has the most patterns when they die wins. Then I'll win. See, that's how
I only had, I don't know.
I'm going to talk to these people because
maybe I had 2,000 in my library when I left Ravelry. I don't even think I had that many. And I just put them onto a flash drive.
Oh, you don't have to go back. Trust me, we don't say anything in the past that we didn't do now. Oh, yes, Tammy. Yes, ready for West. She's ready. This is her 6th year doing the Stephen West.
More power to you. I couldn't get through.
Yeah.
One of his big shawls.
Actually, this one was kind of intriguing because it's only 4 skeins.
That's still a big shawl.
Oh, he does very big.
I know. He does just massive shawls. Like that, the one that I did for Tori.
Right.
That was 5 skeins, but it wasn't 5 complete skeins.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
there was probably a third of each one left at the end.
Yeah.
So maybe it
And
was
I did
3.5 to 4.
I did get that
skeins.
pattern, Tammy. I did buy and put it in my thing.
You did buy it. You did get it. You put it in your library.
I put it in my library. I like Stephen West. I really do. And anyway, so because that's one of the reasons I'm planning an Amsterdam trip, to get to Stephen West, because I want to go.
Listen, it's cool.
And
I get it.
do like Amsterdam anyway. I think it's really kind of cool. And I do watch HGTV International. And there's this one real estate lady who's always on there. And I don't know her name, but I was like, I want to go meet her. It's like I want to meet the one in France. She's lived in France for years, in Paris. And she's so cute. She even wears the Tams and the tights, and she's tiny, and she's just funny. And I'm like, next time we go to Paris, I'm going to run into her. I'm going to send her a letter at HGTV and say, hey, can you meet up with me? Because I really want to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
And I want her to tell me where to go.
Just tell her you're bringing Snoop Dogg, and you'll probably be able to.
Speaking of Snoop Dogg, he's on a show this fall. One of those shows called, it's a singing show, obviously, and they sing here, and they're not facing them. They don't see them. They just hear them, and then they turn around and they want to like mentor them. I don't know. Is that The Voice, or you think you can sing?
The
or
Voice.
Is that it? He's going to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to become a fan. For sure.
For sure, you're going to have to be.
And Snoop, please put your shoes on sale. I want that one pair, but I'm not spending $120 for a pair of shoes. Just not, or go on QVC or something so I can put it on 5 easy payments. Because then I can justify it, because I want a pair of Snoop Dogg shoes. Wouldn't that be so fun? They'd probably steal them from me if I wore them.
What size shoes do you wear?
7.
7?
Yeah. 6.5 to 7.
And they're sneakers, right?
Yeah. And they're kind of, he has a higher lid.
I need to look.
You need to look. Go to Skechers. He has
It's a Skechers for crying out loud?
Oh yeah. And they're slipping.
Good Lord. Okay.
And he has a higher on top of your foot. So it goes up a little bit. And I don't do as well with those as I do with some of the others. And he does have like a clog pair, which is really, really cool. Maggie, good morning. Wow, Tammy, who else? Who the knitter? I like that.
Like these, Deborah?
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
They're only in men's.
No, he has women's. He does have women's.
All right, I'll find them.
Yeah, he does have women's.
Okay, I'll find them.
And I don't like that cloggy type. See, now I would even get them there. See that pinky? That's a Snoop Dogg. Isn't that amazing?
They're only 70. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, now you're getting a coupon. Isn't that great?
Oh, I got to get those. They're
Aren't
hot
they
pink.
great? They're hot pink. Oh my God, they're on
only
sale.
$70.
Oh my God,
they're not 120.
But these were 90, and that's even beyond what I like to spend. But isn't that great?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my gosh, Snoop, you gotta love it. And his ice cream's good. I know we've told you that before, but his ice cream is really good. They have it here at Walmart.
These are the men's ones.
They're really sharp. And I would consider
and they're on sale right now for
Shoe Carnival
for $90.
That's not bad. I think
and you can get $10 off if you order them online. Oh no, I'm sorry. They're $79.99.
Yeah.
At Shoe Carnival. Whatever.
Yeah. So and since we all are big Snoop Dogg fans, one of these days we're gonna
one of these days he will get here on our podcast.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe on the 200th episode or some crazy ass thing.
Probably 3.
Okay.
That gives us another 102 to get him here.
Right.
And I go through at Long Beach again in November when we come back. When we sail back to LA, we dock in Long Beach. So you never know.
Yeah,
I might see him at the airport.
Never know.
And I may walk over to the private side and say, Snoop coming in today? Because our cab driver told you he comes into town all the time because that's where he lives. And they say he just walks around. Everybody knows who he is and they leave him alone. It's people like me who would attack him. I'd be like,
Yeah,
hi, Snoop.
but your attack is not like.
No, I'm not usually that too much that way. But Snoop, I might run up to him.
Yeah, you might.
You know, the only thing is I would probably trip him because he's so tall. I'd have to wrap my arms around his leg.
He could probably just step over you.
Pretty much, yeah, he probably could. Go to think of it, he probably could.
Okay, so you know the little I-cord maker thingy that I got a couple of weeks ago I got it so that I can make the strings on this, which I still haven't got up, you guys, because
she's just one of those people.
I'm a procrastinator. I say my daughter is a procrastinator, but we know
where she gets it. It doesn't fall far
from the tree.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But so when I had little teeny tiny bits and they didn't, and I'm like, it's not pink, it's not going to my blanket, like
sure.
Whatever.
Look what she did. How fun is that?
So I think it needs a huge pom-pom on the top.
It does.
And then it needs to have stitch markers.
Oh my gosh, that's
all over
so cute.
And so I put it, I didn't have any regular sewing pins with just the small little head on it. I only had T-pins because I'm not a sewer. I'm a, knitter. So I did not glue this on. So heaven forbid I make a sweater with this yarn and I need a little bit in 20 years from now, because I got a hole. This is not glued in. It's just wrapped around. And the T-pin is holding it in.
And another thing you could do then is you could hollow out the bottom of this and you could stick all the labels in so that you know what colors are.
You could, but I didn't have the labels anyway. So this literally has 3 T-pins in it. One at the top.
Look, she's branching out.
One where it goes here and one down here. Now I am going to end up having to get little sewing pins.
Oh,
I'll get them at the Dollar Tree or something. But I got a box of those cones. So I'm going to have a family of trees. I'm going to have a family of trees in my yarn room.
Well, and the other thing,
with pom-poms and stitch markers.
Is they have trees and ornaments and lights and stuff out for all the holidays now. You can get everything.
Yeah, and mine are going to be all different colors.
Oh, how cute is this? It's a great way to store when you're in your
fiddle bits.
Little fiddle bits. And this is a great way to store your stitch markers while you're sitting by the TV.
If you're not wearing them as earrings.
Look at this. I thought I wanted to say something earlier and I kept forgetting. You can see her little earrings.
Yeah, I'm wearing my stitch markers as earrings.
You have 2 holes, right?
I have 10 on this ear and 3 on this one.
I have 2. One ear has 2. But it covers.
I moved my diamonds up 1 and put these down in my lower ones.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, that's another way to store your stitch markers.
Yeah, just
put them in your ear. Then you always have a stitch marker with you. And somebody will, when you get on the elevator, they'll look at you and they'll say to you, "Oh, you lost an earring. Oh, thanks. Didn't realize that. Oh, I'll have to go back and check. I think I heard something fall when I was leaving. I better go back and check." And it's on your knitting.
Yeah.
That would be cool. This is such a cool thing because you could make these. And then, like I said, just leave them sit by your.
But wouldn't that be a great, little gift for a knitting friend too?
Oh, totally!
Like a trio of 3 of those with pom-poms and stitch markers.
And things like that. You could go ahead and do that. Or if somebody doesn't knit, you could give them something like this for their room. Follow it in their room color, and they can store their earrings.
That little I-cord maker thingy, boy, does that ever crank out some serious I-cord.
That.
Isn't that fun?
I might have to get rid of those just when I need another obsession, guys. I'll have to get 3 different sides of I-cord.
I was thinking, what the hell am I going to do with all this I-cord stuff that, because I'm obsessed with this. I have to make I-cords out of these things. And I first thought, well, I'll get a wreath, a styrofoam wreath and do a wreath for my yarn door.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'll probably do that too.
No. Give me that.
What?
Give me that.
What, this?
What I saw on Ravelry this week, someone had taken their I-cord and they'd sewed them together and they turned it into a Halloween wig. The cutest thing ever. So you could make headbands and things like that too.
Well, I thought I could knit with it. I thought I could knit with the I-cord.
Oh, you could.
Like a bulky, it's like a super big bulky.
You could. Round and round we go. Mm-hmm. And they we sew 2.5
That is so big on you.
I know.
You have such a little freaking head. I mean, it's big on me too. Guys, it's big on me as well, but not quite as big on me as it is on her.
Yeah, you can always tell. That's why she's she doesn't have all the crap. She's smarter than I am when it comes to picking up and doing all this shit stuff and coming up with all these great ideas. See, because that's yours is bigger. Mine doesn't do that.
Well,
and it's also 71 years old, and yours is only 52.
53.
Okay, she's 53. Yeah, I know. But when I was 53, it wasn't that big anyway either. So, yeah. But when I was heavy, I looked at pictures of me. I'll have to try to remember to bring one. We were down at Disney, and we had gotten one of those pictures from the Not So Scary Halloween party. And I looked like Beetlejuice, in the movie when his head shrinks. I look like Beetlejuice in that sense because I look like a linebacker here with the heft, and my teeny little head is sitting on top of this, like it doesn't belong there. And I'll bring it. I'll write down and I'll bring the picture, which I won't remember, but I'll try to remember. And for next week, so you guys can kind of see. Well, you've seen me because I was heavy when we started it, so you know it. You've seen. I
had to go through the transformation at some point in time a few months ago. I was like, what? And I'm like, oh,
yeah. I've actually people tell me that I'm unhealthy looking, that I look sickly, but that's all right.
But you know what?
I get worried sometimes up here because with the loss of muscle mass, you can't necessarily tell too much. But if you feel,
you could feel.
You can feel the rib and the bone and everything. And I always worry, like, because when they did the bone biopsy, Becky, the bone marrow thing, I thought, oh my God, they're going to have to dig. Because I have all this excess, but one of the good things though is because it's all kind of hangy dangy.
Yeah.
So when I laid down, it kind of went to the side. So we didn't have a lot to dig through. So that kind of worked pretty good. I kind of worked, I do have the cushion. So I'm kind of hoping when I fall, all of it will kind of go to the side that I'm falling on. So it gives me a little bit of cush when I fall, because at some point I'm gone. Now, this is cool.
This was the other thing that we were talking about at breakfast, and I said, I'm going to stop talking about this because we'll talk about it on the podcast. So my grandmother had my dad's mom used to make hats on this. And us grandkids would too when we were little. This and a nut pick. If y'all don't know what a nut pick is, Google it, look it up. It looks kind of like a crochet hook without the hook. Yeah, it's just like a bend,
like
at the top,
tapestry needles that have that little hook on the end to pick up your stitch.
But so you just nowadays they're plastic.
The adding machine.
The adding machine, or they're plastic, and you get these at like McDonald's. You get these at McDonald's.
Michael's.
You go see these at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and they're plastic. And they have like a rag hook that comes with it.
Right.
I like the nut pick better. But so we used to make hats on this as a child, and I stole this. Well, I didn't steal it, but I took it from my grandparents when they had an auction when they went from their home to assisted living.
Right.
So they went from a huge home with an outbuilding, and my grandma, her favorite pastime used to be they lived up in northern Minnesota. So her favorite pastime was she would buy like a half an acre or something. She would put like a motor home on it, and then she would furnish it and rent it out. So her pastime was going to auctions and buying all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So she had a pole barn full of just stuff.
Yeah.
So when they went so this was over, like a 30-year period, right? So they had a pole barn full of stuff that they had to get rid of when they went into assisted living, and all of the family was brought up to help separate and get things ready for the auction. And there were a few things that I ran across that I'm like, Grandma, can I just take this? Can I just have this? Can I pay you for this? This was one of them. I'm like, I want this. Like I want this. The other thing that my grandpa had made a gun rack. Oh, and I wanted that.
Yeah.
So these were things that literally they made. So my grandpa made this. That's probably 50 years old.
Yeah, easy.
And so I got the gun rack. And what else did I took something else. And my brother was like, "Oh, you little snot. I wish I had gotten that." My dad's mother's great aunt gave her golf clubs.
Oh,
So I don't know. Is this my great aunt? I'm not sure, but
yeah.
a set of golf clubs, including the carrier thing.
Oh, the bag.
The bag.
Yeah.
3 clubs and the bag. That's how many clubs were in, in like the 20s or whatever.
Right.
That's how many clubs you got in a set. So it's a driver, a putter, and an iron, right?
No.
And so I have them all, and they're all wooden shaft and
Yeah.
cool, leather wrapped. They were out in the pole barn being eaten by mice.
And we were talking about this. We kind of got on this subject because I said there was a little video that, of course, because going away, I'm looking at all these tours and things that are going on and everything.
Mhm.
And there's a lady in Manila that's not too far from where the cruise ship is.
Right.
And she sits outside this one shop and she makes these doilies and hats and things on a loom like this. And she's almost blind. And
she does it
she
all.
does all by hand and feel and timing that she did this years ago. And they're beautiful. And I told my sister we have to find them because I want one of those because I saw the video. And
you want the loom?
I want one of her things.
One of her things that
Listen,
she made.
if I bought this, you guys would be seeing it like this 6 months from now. And I would be saying, I'm going to put this on here and we're going to do such and such.
No, see on this, the spacing for this one, this was done purposely. It is double strand worsted.
Okay.
So you literally have to hold 2 worsted.
So are bulky.
Yep.
Yep.
To make actually, no, you know what? I think it's just single strand worsted, but we doubled the hat.
Okay.
We doubled it over.
Yeah.
So the beginning and the end were brought together.
Yeah.
And then we put a pom-pom
how
on
many
it.
of us, when we were kids, had those stringy things and those little metal pot holders that we made that we started out with?
Yeah.
Over the years where we did that little bit of weaving in and
Yeah.
stuff. And we always had really cool little doodads and gizmos. And
but that was before the age of electronics.
Tammy said her dad did this, and Maggie, she's doing good on her little baby things. And I noticed we're kind of going icky. So we did good for a while. And now I've noticed that the screen's freezing a bit.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while. So anyway, it's about time because now we'll just kind of babble and do nothing silly. And no shop update, no new things really.
A couple new things. I put up some new rings.
Check it out.
I put up vintage holiday rings.
Oh,
so they
nice.
are like
nice.
Yeah, a muted green, a red ring with silver, gold, and white beads on it. And then I put up an ugly Christmas sweater.
That is such a trend that I just don't understand. They're cute, but it's like, I am not spending $100 on a tacky sweater I'm going to wear one night.
I know, but let me go grab one of those so that you guys can see them. They're up.
Yeah.
It's very limited. I don't have many.
She doesn't have many. And that's just the way it is because she doesn't have that many, but she's going to go put them up and stuff. And all I'm doing, like I said, I started the shawl this week for my great niece. And she's an OB nurse. And the pattern, I think, is Bell or something. It was free in Ravelry. And it's a 1 skeiner plus a few pieces for the edge. And I want to be far enough so that you guys can really see what the pattern looks like. Anyway, the name is Let Me Tell You About My Uterus. And she's an OB nurse. How fun is that?
Let me tell you about my uterus.
Yeah. And I'm like, why would you call it that? Were you having a period that day or something? So anyway, here's the new one. Isn't that cute?
Okay, the back is sparkly. So.
Oh, I love it.
Oh
my God. Oh my gosh. I have to have it. You know why I have to have it? That's the other one. I told you I ordered another set of something. I did. From Gems Luxe Fiber. I ordered a mini skein set of Mr. Grinch. It's 2 sets in one.
Well, that's the Grinch falling.
Okay. And so I thought that would be perfect for a muscle bar. And then I could put this on there. I could have be like Indian people. No offense, no letters, no cards. I'm not being disrespectful. But
No,
then you'd
it's-
actually see it.
It's cultural appreciation.
It is. That's how it is. All right, guys. So Colts play again today. Going to be on that watching. Oh my God, that is just beyond the cutest little thing. I wish you guys could really, really see. It looks like the Grinch in a snowbound thing. The toes on this charm. See, you are actually curled at the end. They did an amazing job on these. And this is so sparkly. You could just, see it away. It looks really cool. So that is just a good idea. Boy, she's got the brain. I'm telling you. So everybody, you all have a hi, North Carolina. What's up?
Hey,
I like North Carolina. I'm thinking of heading down that way.
I do too.
If
My
I
brother
can get
lives
him
in
out.
North Carolina.
Actually, I figure I'm going to do good if I can get him into Carmel. If I can get him out of the
Mikey?
house. Yeah. Mikey is, yeah. Anyway, we're not going to go there because that's
do you
enough
and
situation.
Mikey play cards?
No.
Oh.
No, Mikey plays no games.
Oh.
He's terrible. Now, he would win on Jeopardy, but he's not fast.
Mm.
And that 100% club I was telling you about earlier, totally gets it every time. So he win, but he's not fast. Mikey has to go. So whenever he's watching, he's like, "Why'd you pause it?" Because I want you to think about the answer before they put
they give you the answer
on TV, and then
I
we
knew
blow
that.
it. Yeah, because everybody says that, and it's so much easier when you're sitting at home and you're.
Of course, it's the
in your
backseat
chair.
quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. The driver, the whole bit, sort of thing. But anyway, so you guys have a good day.
Yeah.
And
Have a nice week.
Behave yourself. Thank you for, Hoona Knitter. That's a pun. I really think that's good. So Diana, everybody, and Mags, I'm glad everything's going good for you.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm going to be doing this week, but I'm doing something, I'm sure.
We'll hear about it next week.
Yeah, I'll surprise you all because it's always a surprise.
With you, it is always a surprise. We never know with
pretty
you.
much. My husband's the same way. No different. I'm telling you, the guy just doesn't get it. And I know, Karen, it's not a touch screen. Have a good week. We will see you all next week for $199.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to do something special for $200. You just wait and see. I better go to Dollar Tree.